Hey guys, I'm going to show you a very disturbing video. It's a fake UPS delivery. And sadly, guys, it leads to the death of 3 family members. This is hard to watch. It's not easy. I am going to show you guys the video, and then we are going to do a quick breakdown. So set the video up. And again, guys, this is hard to watch, but there's a lesson to be learned. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this story, but on January 26, 2024, a quiet Friday afternoon in Coon Rapids, Minnesota, a comfortable suburb just north of Minneapolis where families raise kids, shovel snow in winter, and wave to neighbors, the kind of place where people still feel safe opening the doors. Inside one home, a family was going about their day. Parents, their adult son, 2 small children, both under 5, playing somewhere in the house, normal, ordinary, safe. Then the doorbell rang. Through the peephole or security camera, we don't know which they checked, if any, someone would have seen exactly what millions of Americans see dozens of times a week: a delivery person, brown uniform, cardboard box in hand, right at the hip, professional, expected, trustworthy. Someone opened the door, and within minutes, 3 members of that family would be dead, shot, executed in their own home, while 2 toddlers were somewhere inside, their childhood ending in gunfire and screams they'll never forget. This wasn't a delivery gone wrong. This was a murder disguised as a delivery, and the video of it has now been watched millions of times online, shared with captions like "fake UPS delivery turns deadly," and "this is why you never open your door." But here's what those viral clips don't tell you: how it happened, why it worked, and what we all need to understand about the ruthless calculation behind a crime that exploited the one thing we've all been conditioned to do without thinking: open our doors for packages. So this is 11 parts here, but it's around 1 to 2 minute videos. We're going to show you the home robbery, the law enforcement response, and then a quick bit of the interview or interrogation.
Hey, come here, kid. Come here, buddy. Come here.
On January 26, 2024, a family of 5, a father, a mother, their 20-year-old son, and 2 young children under the age of 5, were living a normal day inside their home on 94th Avenue Northwest in Coon Rapids, Minnesota, completely unaware of what was coming their way, as a navy blue Nissan Altima pulled up outside, and 3 suspects stepped out, 2 of them dressed in UPS-style uniforms, pretending to be delivery workers while secretly planning a robbery. A plan that would, within minutes, explode into a brutal encounter that would shock the entire community. Was first obtained by Midwest Crime and has never been seen by the public before.
Están tocando.
One of the victims steps out, apparently completely unaware the delivery is a setup.
Big dog.
Ain't no big dog, is it? Ain't no big dog, is it? Not yet.
Who's big dog?
Hey, check it out. Come here. Don't move. Move your hand. Move your hand. Move your hand. Open it up. Move like that. Yeah. Open it up.
The home's security camera captures the third suspect come up the driveway after he's waved in by the other men.
Oh. She's right there. She's right there. I'm not, I swear I'm not. I swear.
Una pistola, mijo. Tienen una pistola, amigo. Dos morenos.
Mom.
Yeah. Please, please. Oh, don't do anything, please. Oh.
The mother managed to call 911, leaving the line open so dispatchers could hear what was happening as the chaos unfolded.
911, Seattle City emergency. Hello?
Oh my gosh. Give me the money. And I ain't playing. Look. I know. Hey, Mario Alberto. Come on with the money, man.
Naked. Okay. Ow.
Stop playing with me.
Ow.
Give me the money.
Okay.
I'm gonna smack out you.
I will give you whatever you want.
Go give me the money then.
Okay. That's
Come on. You get where you move to.
Oh my God.
Get up.
I'm getting up.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna smack out your son.
Oh, okay.
You move to.
Oh,
By the way, when he said dos morenos, I think that means, or dos morenos, means two dark-skinned people. That's what I got from the translation.
Get up.
I'm getting up.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna smack out your son.
Oh, okay. I'm going.
Come on in. All right, where the money? Go get it. Get it. Go get it.
It's right here.
Get it. Come on, open it.
Don't move.
Just hold it. Sit down. Open. Where is that? This ain't all the
See, it doesn't confirm or not. I think this was this was targeted, but there's no confirmation because it's like he's asking for money as if he knows it's supposed to be there. Then says this ain't all of it. So I don't know how he would know if there's money in the house, but I felt like it was targeted. But there's nothing to confirm that assumption.
So I got to violate it.
No, please
Okay.
don't. That's all the money we have.
This ain't nothing.
That's all we have.
Okay.
Ow.
All right.
Ow. That's all we have. Oh my God, that's all we have. Oh my God, no. Oh my God, no. That's all we have. Oh my God.
So to be honest with you, I don't know if that was expected because as that shot goes off, they both leave to go into that kitchen area. And I think that's when they make the decision like, hey, now we just killed somebody. So now we can't leave the mother or the son, the older son, alive because they can identify us. So they take the mother out and then the older son. But I think that first shot was not planned. What? Oh, what happened? Okay. They both go in the chest. But that shot, in my
With
mind,
no mercy, one of the intruders turns on the father, 39-year-old Mario Alberto Trejo Estrada, and a single shot to the head ends his life in the entryway of the home.
and that's when I think.
I'm getting up.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna smack out your son.
Oh, okay. I have money for you.
And that's when I think they decide to kill the wife and the son to not leave any witnesses that can identify them. As for the two children, maybe they didn't think that they would be able to identify them.
Where are my babies?
Pretty much happened.
Where are my babies? Where are my babies?
That's the 5-year-old, I believe.
The terrifying footage continues as the intruders turn their violence toward the mother and her 20-year-old son, all while the 2 young children are still in the home. The victims are later identified as 42-year-old Shannon Patricia Youngworth and her son, 20-year-old Jorge Alexander Reyes Youngworth, leaving the 2 young children in a state of unimaginable trauma.
I have money for you.
Leaving the 2 young children in a state of unimaginable trauma, the intruders rushed to destroy evidence before fleeing the scene, unaware that nearly every moment of their crime had already been captured on camera. Meanwhile, inside the home, a heartbreaking act of bravery unfolds. The older child, despite being just a toddler himself, pulls his little sibling away, shielding them from the sight of their mother on the floor. A moment of pure innocence and instinct, leaving investigators and everyone who later watched this footage stunned. Just minutes later, officers arrive at the house after being dispatched to the 911 call placed by the mother, unaware of what they are about to walk into.
Police department.
I heard kids scream.
Leaving the 2 young
Police department.
I heard kids screaming in there.
Police department. 1409. Give us the channel for now. I got a male down on the ground. I got blood.
Coon Rapids police.
Hey, come here, kid. Come here, buddy. Come here, 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 come here. Yep. I think they're dead. Come here. There's another kid. Come here, buddy. Come here. There's another kid. Come here, buddy. So
The 5-year-old is very aware of what happened. You could see in just how he reacts to the situation, how he protects his brother, how he runs to the police. I hope they get these children help.
he's through the kitchen. Hey, buddy! I can see his diaper now. He's a little closer. No, he's pretty far in there. You see his diaper? See, on the ground.
I
can't see past it.
come up there with you.
Yep. Stay with the kid for now. We're going to get you another kid here in a second. Hey, buddy, come here. Come here, bud. Come here, bud. Kyle, cover me. Hey, buddy, come here. Come here, bud. Come here, bud. Kyle, cover me. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Come here. I need you to come.
The 2 young children in a state of
Police department.
I got candies. Come on.
Come here. Come here. It's okay. It's okay.
Come on.
Come here. Come here, kiddo. Come here, kiddo.
Walking
Come here.
1309, you've got 2 more cars coming to the area. 31.
Here, bud.
After rescuing the 2 young children, officers were faced with a horrifying scene. 3 victims, each killed by a gunshot wound to the head. The house was immediately secured, and investigators began meticulously collecting evidence, including physical items and surveillance footage from cameras throughout the home, in an effort to identify the perpetrators. The navy blue Nissan Altima was traced to 39-year-old Alonzo Pierre Mingo, who was arrested later that day after being spotted leaving his Fridley residence. Further investigation, including home surveillance, DNA evidence, and cell phone records, led law enforcement to the 2 other suspects, Brothers Omari Malik Shumpert and Demetrius Trenton Shumpert, both of whom were arrested shortly thereafter. All the evidence, from security footage to forensic and digital data, pointed directly to the Shumpert brothers, who had tried to cover their faces, leading straight to the interrogations.
Do you know the incident I'm talking about?
No.
Okay. So you have no idea about...
I know that somebody got locked up.
Who got
somebody
locked up?
Somebody is a name that you saying.
Who got locked up?
The name that you said. You said somebody's name Alonzo or something like that.
Okay. But you know Alonzo?
Yeah, a little bit. I know of him.
Okay. You knew more of just of him, right? You guys go way back.
No.
To Chicago.
I'll say yeah.
I won't don't, you know, somewhat of the same level of respect, right?
Yeah, but
we do our
like you said way back, like basically like friends, anything like that? No.
Not friends.
No.
All right. But you've known him all the way back to Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you living now?
Huh?
Where are you living now?
Alone in Minneapolis.
When's the last time you talked with Alonzo?
I'm gonna say like a month ago or something like that.
A month ago?
Like a month and a half, I think.
A month and a half ago?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a lie. So that was already on camera. That was already put on the news. It already showed Alonzo shooting a person. Okay? I don't know if I explained it well to you or not, but the more information I tell you, the less you can tell me to help.
No, but I was saying you can't tell me about that because I heard about it. The whole world know about it.
Sure.
That's everywhere you go to work. Hey, you heard about what happened? Somebody got killed in Coon Rapids. 4-5 people. How many more people got killed? I don't know.
Okay.
So what did I do?
You were there.
Wasn't there.
You were. I mean, you're probably not going to take my word for it or anything, but I'm not lying to you. I'm not making stuff up. We had the pull camera.
Name that you saying?
Well, somebody had a pull camera in the house. When we see you pull up, we see the three of you get out, walk up to the house, it's just you and Alonzo. He knocks on the door. You don't come to the door at first, and you start walking away. As you guys are partway down the street, or partway down the driveway, he comes outside, so you guys walk back. Okay? On the door there was a camera. And you had gloves on, you had a mask on, but we're still able to tell it's you.
With a mask on?
Yeah. Okay? And then, who'd you wave up?
I didn't wave nobody.
You're sitting in the car and you waved him up.
You said I was sitting in the car?
No, he was sitting in the car. The third person was sitting in the car. You waved him up.
I don't know.
Okay?
I don't know who that was. I don't know who that was with no mask on, but it showed it wasn't me. You didn't ask me where was I at, or was I somewhere else, or nothing.
Hey, I know where you were, but where were you? And then I'll follow up on that. And
you know I was there already, right? That what you said?
I do. But if you were saying you're somewhere else, you tell me where you were, who you talked to, and I'll follow up with them and rule you out. That's only fair, right?
That's crazy. You say on the 13th?
The 26th. January 26th.
I know I wasn't there. I wasn't at nobody else. I wasn't at nobody's house.
Okay. We go in a crime scene, the whole 9 yards. You're touching your face. You're hitting the liver.
See?
Yeah, I'll grab them.
You said I'm hitting what?
You're touching your face. You got a mask on. Yeah. You're touching your face. You're touching the lizard cage. You're touching the face. You're touching different areas. You're breathing through the mask. Okay? We're getting to the point of the evidence is mounting up so high, it's hard to get out. Okay?
Right.
There's also audio, and you can be heard on there saying, "Ain't no big dog, is it?"
What?
Ain't no big dog, is it? Well, we had some.
What do that mean? Ain't no big dog, is it? Not yet.
You tell me. Can you say that?
What would I say? What do that mean?
That's what you said when you're there. You also have a very distinct voice.
I don't say nothing like that. I don't know what that means. What do that mean?
Oh, that's just what you said when you're walking up and you're talking
Why would you want me to say it?
to the guy in the driveway.
Why would you want me to say it?
So that I can compare it to what I heard on the video. Right?
I'm not gonna say nothing.
Okay. I'm saying,
You saying you knew I was there already, so why you want me to say
well,
anything?
I can say that you're there all day. And I can prove that you're there and I can prove what happened because,
You can prove I was there? Sure.
yeah, because everything is on video, man.
26. Yeah, the 26th. That's the 26th. That's the day I couldn't go to work because I had my baby with me.
Okay.
And my baby mama, she wasn't trying to come get him. And I didn't go to work on that day.
Okay. Where were you?
I was in the house.
Is that what you're going to go with? That's what you're going to stick with? You're never at the house or anything?
I wasn't at the house. I see the photos that you got.
Yeah, I can get you still photos of it. Doing good? You still want me to get warm water or cold water?
Mm-mm.
All right. Give it this one.
So in this video, when it comes to the end, this one, they're going to talk about the sentencing. It's going to sound a bit confusing because Omar, the kingpin, this guy right here, I'm sorry, not Omar, sorry, Alonzo Pierre Mingo. He's the, let me show you something real quick. Hold on one second. Hold on. So this guy right here, he's the kingpin. I believe he's the former worker at UPS. He's actually been convicted and sentenced. The other two are convicted, but they have yet to be sentenced. Looks like they're going to be sentenced in January. But 3 people died, but he gets charged with 4 counts of murder. And I'm going to explain how that works. I had to look that up because I thought that was a bit confusing. But let me go ahead and put this back on. So again, this will explain the sentencing, but we'll revisit it.
You can grab it. You can hold it if you want.
I don't.
You don't need to.
And that's supposed to be me or somebody else?
I know it's you. I can print off a couple more, but I don't know if that's going to convince you or not. But just so you know.
Remember, guys, this happened in 2024, but it's relevant now because they one was already sentenced in September, you'll see, but the 2 are going to be sentenced in January of next year. But I think one was already convicted in November because there's 3, and the other one was just convicted in December. So 2 are waiting for sentencing out of the 3, and this guy Alonzo is the only one sentenced so far.
I'm not lying to you.
I know you ain't lying.
On any of this. Okay?
All 3 suspects in the Coon Rapids triple homicide were indicted on multiple counts of first-degree murder, upgrading their initial charges of second-degree murder. Alonzo Pierre Mingo, identified as the alleged gunman, was found guilty by a jury on multiple counts, including 4 counts of first-degree murder. In September 2025, Mingo was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Demetrius Trenton Shumpert, who participated as an accomplice in the robbery, was indicted on 6 counts of first-degree murder. Prosecutors sought an aggravated sentence against him, citing the particularly cruel treatment of the victims, the involvement of 3 or more active participants, and the fact that the crime occurred in the presence of 2 minor children. On November 20th, 2025, Demetrius Shumpert was found guilty on all counts of first-degree murder and faces the same mandatory life sentence without the possibility of parole when he is sentenced in January of 2026.
And guys, that's the one you saw being interviewed. And then you have his, I think it's the younger brother.
The third co-defendant, Omari Malik Shumpert, was convicted in December 2025 on 5 counts of first-degree murder, 3 counts of second-degree murder, and 2 counts of aggravated robbery. He is also scheduled to be sentenced in January 2026.
All right, so let's go over a few more things. So Alonzo Pierre Mingo, 37-year-old, that's the lead. Former seasonal UPS employee. So let that detail sink in. Mingo had worked for UPS. He knew the system from the inside, how deliveries worked, what drivers wore, how they approached doors, what made homeowners trust them without question. He'd done it himself legitimately probably hundreds of times, even held it by the hip. And then he weaponized that knowledge. Think about how many times you opened your door this month because you saw a brown uniform in a box. How many times did you hesitate? Most of us don't. We've been conditioned by thousands of legitimate deliveries to trust that uniform instantly. and Mingo counted on that. And on January 26th, surveillance cameras, as you saw, captured everything. A vehicle pulls up, not a UPS truck, just a regular car. I mean, I'm lucky. The way my house is situated, if a UPS truck driver comes to my door, I should be able to see the truck. And if I don't see the truck, I'm going to be asking a lot of questions by that door. 3 people get out. 2 are wearing delivery-style uniforms. 1 carries a cardboard package. Their movements perfectly mimic a real delivery. They walk to the door, carry the box at hip level, look professional, ring the bell. And this wasn't improvised. This was rehearsed. They knew that uniform would open the door faster than any lie, any distraction, any excuse, and it did. Now, the surveillance footage shows what happened next, and it's brutal. The moment the door opens, the performance ends. What looked like a delivery becomes a home invasion. The suspects push inside. Weapons come out. The family ambushed in their own entryway is forced deeper into their home at gunpoint, and the demands come fast. Money, cash, valuables. We don't know. I don't know if this was targeted. I think it could have been. I don't know if this was on his route that he used to do, but I couldn't get an answer on that. But we do know that the family was scared. They tried to comply. They even said, this is all we got. They weren't trying to negotiate. And when they shot the father, I think in that kitchen area, I think they shot the other 2 because they went in a selfish mode and they didn't want any witnesses or people that could tell the story. So Alonzo Pierre Mingo, I got him as shooting the 3 people. That's what it says here, but not in panic, not in crossfire. He executed them. The father, the mother, their adult son, 3 people murdered in the place they should have been the safest. And somewhere in that house during this massacre, 2 children, both under age 5, were present. They survived physically, but what kind of survival is that? What do you tell those kids when they're old enough to understand that their entire family was murdered because someone knocked on the door pretending to deliver the package? And I think the 5-year-old, he knows exactly what happened. He's going to need serious help. The camera captured all the fake delivery approach, the violent entry, the executions, and now that footage has been viewed millions of times online, turned into viral content, shared with shocked reactions and true crime commentary, and those 2 children will grow up knowing their family's final moments are sadly entertainment on the internet. Hey guys, I want to do a little bit of a correction here real quick. So it says here, Mingo. So Alonzo Mingo, the head person, did not shoot all 3 victims by himself. According to evidence presented at trial, Mingo shot at least 2 of the 3 victims, the woman and 1 man. Omar Shumpert is shown in video evidence firing the shot that killed the other male victim after a struggle. So court evidence was based on internal surveillance footage and testimony, which identified who pulled the trigger in each killing, rather than prosecutors simply assuming all deaths were done by Mingo. So he killed 2 of the 3. And then the younger brother killed one of the other adults. Could have been either the adult son or the father. And as I said, I don't think the first killing was planned. And that's why they wind up taking out the other 2 family members, the ones that could be witnesses. All right. Let's get to the next part. So despite their planning, Mingo and his crew left a trail that guaranteed conviction. So they had the fake uniform. Police recovered the UPS-style delivery outfit. It proved premeditation. This wasn't opportunistic crime. This was a costume designed specifically to deceive. The prop box, the cardboard package used to complete the illusion. Mingo's fingerprints were all over it. He literally left his prints on the tool of deception. So that's the box. The surveillance video. Both exterior and interior cameras documented everything. The arrival in costume, the entry, the violence inside. The footage showed exactly who did what. No room for reasonable doubt. Ballistic evidence, the murder weapon was traced and linked to the crime scene and the suspects. And digital trail, investigators found planning, communication. Well, they found planning, communication, location data, and electronic evidence proving conspiracy and premeditation. This wasn't a perfect crime. It was brutal and effective in the moment, but sloppy enough to guarantee that everyone involved would spend the rest of their lives in prison. And now the conspiracy, right? We're all are equally guilty. So Mingo didn't act alone. This was a coordinated attack involving multiple people. So you have Omari Shumpert, co-defendant, who was convicted, and then you have the other additional co-defendant, which we saw being interrogated. So he's also convicted, and he's waiting to be sentenced. Here's what's important to understand. Under Minnesota's felony murder law, it doesn't matter who pulled the trigger. When you participate in a dangerous felony like burglary or armed robbery and someone dies, you're guilty of first-degree murder, even if you never touched a gun. Someone drove the vehicle, someone acquired the uniforms, someone scouted the location or helped plan the attack, someone acted as a lookout. Under the law, they're all murderers. You don't get to drive the getaway car and say, I didn't shoot anyone. You don't get to provide the disguise and say, I wasn't even inside. And when you conspire to commit violent felonies and people die, you're responsible for those deaths, period. That's why all the defendants face the same charges. That's why they've all been convicted, and that's why they're all going to die in prison. I wanted to talk about the multiple murder counts because I found that a bit confusing because they talked about Alonzo and he had 4 counts of murder, but only 3 people had passed. So here's something that confuses people. Mingo and his co-defendants weren't just charged with 3 counts of murder, 1 per victim. They were charged with multiple counts per victim, likely 9 total counts of first-degree murder. That's what they were probably presented with at first, but it's settled down to 4. So Minnesota law defines first-degree murder in different ways, and prosecutors charge them under applicable theory. The 3 legal roads to murder is premeditated murder, so they planned this attack in advance. They acquired disguises and props. They brought weapons and intent to use them. They executed 3 people deliberately. That's 1 count per victim, so that's 3 counts there. Then you got felony murder during burglary. They used deception to break into the home. They entered with intent to commit theft. 3 people died during that burglary. And under Minnesota law, that's automatic first-degree murder. Another count per victim, 3 more counts. Felony murder during robbery. They held the family at gunpoint. They demanded money by force and threats. That's robbery. 3 people died during the robbery. Again, automatic first-degree murder. Another count per victim, 3 more counts. So, again, I guess there could have been a total of 9. So why the multiple counts for the same deaths? It's not double jeopardy. Each charge has different legal elements prosecutors must prove. It serves several purposes. 1, it gives the jury options. If they're not convinced about premeditation, they can still convict on felony murder. It protects against appeals. If 1 count gets overturned on a technicality, the others stand. And recognizes each victim. 3 people died. Each death deserves individual legal acknowledgement. The father's murder got 3 counts. The mother, let's say, gets 3 counts. The son gets 3 counts. That's I don't know if that's specifically how it played out, but I saw 4 counts of murder, first-degree murder, but there was only 3 victims. So they say they could charge on possible theories. So in this case, premeditated, and then that's the big thing, first-degree. But then you have the burglary and the robbery, 2 other separate theories. But when you kill somebody during the act of a felony, it ups the charge. So all defendants have now been convicted. 2 are waiting sentencing. The outcome for all of them is identical and certain: life in prison without possibility of parole. In Minnesota, that's mandatory for first-degree murder. No parole hearing, no second chances, no getting out. They will die behind bars. Whether it's 1 life sentence or 9 running concurrently doesn't change the practical reality. They never breathe free air again. They never breathe free air again. So again, you got the one that was charged with 4 counts. That's the leader. And that's appropriate. The 3 innocent people were executed in their own home. 2 children lost their entire family, and a community's sense of security was shattered. The people who did this, who planned it, who disguised themselves, who knocked on that door with murder in their hearts, deserve exactly what they're getting: the rest of their lives in a cage. You know, that is a very smart move by the prosecutor to do those different counts, because it says here it's very strategic. Prosecutors stack charges to protect the case on appeal, ensure a conviction survives even if one theory fails, and account for different roles among defendants. So example, if jury doubts premeditation, felony murder still sticks. If intent is disputed, aiding and abetting still applies. And if one shooter is identified, conspirators are still liable. So that's I think that's interesting. So people hear 4 counts of murder and think 4 victims. That's not how the law works. Prosecutors can change multiple murder theories for the same death. Prosecutors can charge multiple murder theories for the same death, especially in a home invasion. It's about how the crime was committed, not just how many people died. It's good to know. I did not know that. So the surveillance footage from this case has spread everywhere: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, Twitter, millions of views, shared with captions like "fake UPS delivery turned deadly" and "this is terrifying." The video shows the fake delivery approach and what happened inside the home, 3 people's final moments, a family's annihilation, 2 children traumatized, all available for anyone to watch, comment on, and share. And here's my question: should the footage be public? I understand the argument for transparency. I get public interest in understanding how crimes happen. As someone who spent years in corrections and now covers true crime, I believe in informed discourse about criminal justice. But here's a line between education and exploitation. When this footage is shared for clicks and views, when it's created as just another viral video rather than the documented murder of real people, when it's consumed as entertainment, we've crossed the line. And some of the videos I saw when I was going through the feed, it really was, in my mind, they're just using it for entertainment or clicks. Think about those 2 surviving children. They're young now, but they'll grow up. And when they do, their family's murder will be a Google search away. Their trauma will be public property, watched by millions of strangers who treat it as content. And that's not transparency, that's trauma porn. And yet here I am showing the video. I think for me, though, I was pushed because I think there's something we can learn from it. And also I wanted to bring awareness. But I definitely am not trying to exploit it. So I think once you get to know who the creator is, and once you build a trust, then you could see the value in what they produce, and then you can trust in the sensitive material that's being sent their way. So hopefully I can earn that trust. That's what I hope through time. Okay, so what do we learn in this case? So I'm not covering this to scare you. Fear without action is useless. I'm covering it because there are specific practical lessons here that could save lives. Lesson 1, verify before you open. Most of us have been conditioned by e-commerce open doors without thinking when we see delivery uniforms. That conditioning is now a vulnerability criminals actively exploit. New habit you need today is use your doorbell camera or peephole every single time, even for expected deliveries. Check tracking info to verify a delivery is actually scheduled. Talk through the door or camera. You don't need to open up for most deliveries. And trust your instincts. If something feels off, don't open. Red flags to watch for: multiple people for a single package. Drivers usually work alone. No visible delivery truck with company markings. Uniform that doesn't look quite right. Insistence that you open immediately. Delivery of at unusual times, whether very early or very late. Any request enter your home and package you weren't expecting with no visible tracking scan. Lesson 2, you got to understand how real deliveries work. The reality most people don't know. Most packages get left at the door, no interaction needed. Drivers scan whether you're home or not. Signature requirements are rare now. When signatures are needed, drivers use electronic scanners, and no legitimate delivery requires you to let someone inside. If someone claiming to be a delivery driver is pushy about you opening up, demands interaction, or wants to come inside, that's not protocol, that's a threat. And then you have the insider threat. Mingo's prior UPS employment gave him devastating advantages. He knew delivery timing and protocols. He understood what homeowners expect to see. He knew how to move and act convincingly, and he may have had access to or knowledge to how to acquire uniforms. This applies beyond UPS. Anyone who's worked in services that enter homes, cleaning, repair, installation, deliveries, has inside knowledge that could be weaponized. The uniform doesn't guarantee legitimacy. Trust must be earned, not assumed. And lesson 4, for families with children. Real quick on the other lesson, I wonder what we do with the, like UPS, if you do have someone that's removed or seasonal, what do we do with the uniform? I mean, that's why I think companies should pay for their own uniforms so they can collect them. That would make sense. And then maybe deal with a certain vendor that has a protocol when someone goes to pick up the uniforms, like an ID or something, and verification. So we know we're not just giving out these uniforms to just anybody. But I think that's why they should pay for the uniforms. So when it sounds like, hey, you got to turn in your uniform to somehow keep track of it. That may be an impossible ask, but it could be a start. So again, we have lessons for families with children. If you have kids, have this conversation today. Children never answer the door to strangers, period. If an adult isn't home, the door stays locked and unanswered. Practice scenarios. Someone says they have a package for mom. What do you do? And make it clear. Safety over politeness, always. Safety over politeness. And lesson 5, trust your gut. If something feels wrong about a delivery, the timing, the person, the situation, trust that feeling. You can always not answer the door, call the delivery company to verify, ask for ID through the door, and have them leave it and retrieve it later. No package is worth your life. The inconvenience of being cautious is nothing compared to what's happened in Coon Rapids. What we still don't know, despite the conviction, some question remain: was this home specifically targeted? Couldn't find that out. Did the suspects know this family or believe they had significant money, or was this random? Any home that answered the door, just very random, And to have a plan like this, I find it hard to believe that they didn't know what house they were going to hit. Both scenarios are terrifying. If random, it means any of us could have been the victim. If targeted, it raises questions about how criminals identify and surveil potential targets. What was the original plan? Did they intend to kill from the start? I don't think so. Or were the murders the result of the robbery going wrong, resistance from the victim, or panic? And I think it became panic after they shot the first gentleman. It matters legally, hence the multiple charges, but practically the result is the same. 3 people are dead and the killers are never getting out of prison. So what does this case demand? The Coon Rapids murders represent a tragic exploitation of trust in everyday commerce, but this tragedy doesn't have to be repeated. For individuals, change your door answering habits today. Verify before opening. Make it a reflex. For families, establish security protocols. Make sure everyone knows who answers the door and when. For communities, support the surviving children who lost everything and witnessed unspeakable horror. That's good for the awareness part of why we brought this video up. For content creators, cover this responsibly. The lesson can be taught without sharing the actual execution footage. Education doesn't require exploitation. And for delivery companies, examine uniform control, background checks, and accountability systems. Former employees shouldn't be able to easily acquire items that create public trust. That's powerful. And final thought, 3 people opened their doors to what looked like routine delivery. Within minutes, they were dead. 2 small children survived but lost their entire family. Parents and brothers executed while they were in the house. The killers used a disguise that exploited our conditioning to trust deliveries, uniform without question, and they've all been now convicted. They all die in prison. Justice has been served in the legal sense. But justice can't bring back the dead. It can't undo the trauma these children's experience, and it can't erase the viral videos or restore this family's privacy in death. What it can do is serve as a warning. The uniform doesn't guarantee safety. The familiar doesn't mean trustworthy, and convenience isn't worth your life. Next time your doorbell rings and you see a delivery person, take the 5 extra seconds. Check your tracking, look for the truck, verify through the door, trust your instincts. 5 seconds of caution against a lifetime of regret. That's the lesson of Coon Rapids. That's what those 2 surviving children deserve, for us to learn from their family's tragedy. No package is worth your life. No delivery is so important you can't verify first. And no uniform, no matter how official, deserves your blind trust. Stay aware, stay safe. And remember, those 2 kids who deserve to grow up with their family intact, not as orphans whose parents' murders became viral content. Hope you guys like the content. I just thought there was a lesson here. I mean, how many times we find ourselves opening the door? My children open the door. So that's not going to happen anymore. Again, if you like the content, I do have a buy me a cup of coffee link in my description as well on top of the YouTube channel. As always, guys, stay safe.